So let's do some hands-on on S3 object and bucket. So here we are in the AWS management console. So now we will go to the S3 service. So here we have S3 in the recently visited services, and also we have on the storage. So from here we will be moving to S3, and once we move to S3, so here we see currently we don't have any bucket. But one thing before we should notice is, so if you see the region, so it is a global. So S3 as a service is a global service. So S3 does not require region selection. So now try to create some bucket. Let's see if we try to create a test bucket, or here not here, but we will do a create bucket, and we will give a bucket name as test. As we discussed, that bucket name should be unique. So when we try to create a bucket name is test, and we'll do a create bucket, then it will give bucket with the same name already exists. So let's try some unique name that shouldn't be there already existing, and then I am choosing the region as Mumbai, and then we have some other settings which we will keep default, that we will discuss in the coming lessons. And bucket versioning currently we are disabling. So once we have the bucket and objects created, later we will enable, and we will see how the things are changed after creating the bucket and then enabling the versioning. So create bucket. So here we have our first bucket created within fraction of second. So here it's giving the name of the bucket, region in which the bucket is created, and the axis. So both are not public, bucket and objects, and this is a creation date. Now once we go to the bucket, so it have various section. This is the object section where currently we don't have any object properties. So these are all the properties that we saw when we were trying to create a bucket. So we will keep all these as optional, or then we have permissions, matrix management, and access point. So what we'll do, we will upload an object. So inside the upload we are going to add files first, and say we upload this file. So file name is picture1.png, and we upload this file. So currently it shows one file, and the upload status is success. We'll exit here. So we will enter object, we will see one picture. Another thing we can do, we can create a folder first, and inside this picture folder we can upload some file. So the other file is we are adding is inside this folder upload. So we exit from this screen. So if you see objects, go to this. So there are two objects, one directly inside this bucket with picture1.png, and then we have a folder as pictures, and inside this folder we have a picture2.png. So if this picture2 is select, and we can go ahead and delete it. So now currently, since we don't have versioning enabled, this delete is a permanent delete, and we have to write here type permanently delete to delete this file permanently. So delete object. So if you see that object has been deleted, exit from this screen, and we see, and when we go back to our so we see we have the picture1 png is already there, but in the folder there is no file. Now so we have done the basic hands-on on the bucket and object. Now let's try to enable versioning. So if we go in the properties, the first property is bucket versioning, that we're gonna add it. So we enable the versioning, is saving the changes. So now we have enabled the versioning. Now what we are gonna do is, we go back to the object, we try to upload the newer version of picture1, upload. So if you see here, it still show picture1, it won't show two copies of picture1. But if you go to the objects, so you will see, and when you do the list versions, then it will show the two versions. So the version which was there before the enabling of the versioning, the version ID is null, and the one which we have uploaded after enabling the version have version ID. There. So now if we go here, and again upload the second file and upload it, and then we will go back to our table, and then if we list version again, then the first copy itself has the version ID because it is uploaded after enabling the version. Now if we try to delete this, so this is permanently delete. Now if we are deleting this object, we will select this object and delete it. So it will mention deleting the specific object, add delete marker. So it will not basically delete the object, it will add a delete marker, so we can retrieve the object. This is not a permanent delete. So delete object is there, so fail to delete. Exit, and if we go back to, and inside this folder we don't see any object, but if we go and check list version, then it will show that object is there and we have added a delete marker. But if we select the delete marker and the object and then try to delete, then it will permanently delete it, then the object will be gone. So now you see inside this folder there is nothing is there, even we do list version, nothing is there. So that's all that we need to discuss about the bucket, objects and versioning. And in the next lecture we will have a theoretical lecture where we will cover the next section of the topics related to S3. Thank you.